Hello YouTube people, in today's video I will show a very lovely watch made by Addiesdive called AD2099. This video is sponsored by AliExpress. In order to promote the ongoing AliExpress summer sale, AliExpress gave me a budget to buy some watches for my videos, and that's what I did, and I was free to buy whatever I want. So I bought this Addiesdive, a very lovely desaturated blue dial, and I bought this Addiesdive, a very saturated lovely colorful dial, and I bought this Burnie with open heart design and a very shiny bracelet. So AliExpress, thank you very much, and I would like to remind you that this AliExpress summer sale will be going till the end of 25th of June, and today is 25th of June, so today is your last chance. If you have something on your mind, today is the last chance to take advantage of this ongoing AliExpress summer sale, and don't forget to use discount codes from the video description, because discounts are actually very reasonable this time. So AliExpress, thank you for sponsoring me once again. The specifications and measurements, and as always I did all the measurements myself. The size of my wrist is 16.5 centimeters or 6.5 inches. This watch naked like this weighs 39 grams, so lightweight watch. Diameter is 37.1 millimeter. Lug to lug distance is 45.9. Lug width is 19 millimeters. Thickness of this watch is 11.5 millimeters. It has mineral crystal with blue anti-reflective coating. Water resistance rating on this watch is 100 meters, together with a screw down crown and screw down case back. Inside it has VH60 movement with sweeping seconds hand and 24-hour subdial. The bracelet on this watch tapers down to 16 millimeters. It has solid end links, solid links. Links are connected with pins, and it has this solid clasp. And the lume on this watch looks like this. Strong as always from Addiesdive. And speaking about Addiesdive, I want to do a little comparison versus, for example, this Addiesdive diver style watch, which is my daily, by the way, and versus this beautiful Addiesdive watch. And as you can see, the lume on all of them is actually very good. And one interesting thing about the lume on this watch is that little dots and little indices are actually green, but numbers and hands are blue. So the lume on this watch is not disappointing, and just having fun. Also want to show you this one. Such a lovely watch, this one. Awesome. I'm gonna put link in the description for this one as well. And we're gonna talk about this watch a little bit more in this video later on. And this one, well, this one asks for around 50 euros. This watch has incredible lume, you know. So yeah, lume is not disappointing. Now I'm gonna do something a little bit unusual, and I'm gonna give you some recommendations what you could buy instead of this Addiesdive watch that have similar styling, similar sizing and similar pricing, but have sapphire crystal. Now where I'm going with this, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against this Addiesdive watch. I wouldn't have bought it. Well, I like it, you know, it's a very pretty watch, and I like this desaturated blue color on the dial. And the reason why I went for the blue color, because this is my daily, also a desaturated blue color, and I love it. In real life, in person, it looks wonderful. It looks like some kind of vintage watch, because this desaturated blue color gives off a very strong vintage vibe. And on this watch, also in real life, in person, this is very lovely, very beautiful watch. I like it a lot, but I can't be trusted with a watch that has mineral crystal on top, and let me show you why. This is my daily watch, and it took me, you know, surprisingly long, a couple of weeks till I got a nasty scratch on this mineral crystal. I have worn this watch a couple of weeks as my daily, and yesterday I went to spa, you know, to swimming pools, jacuzzis, and several hot steamy saunas, And nice thing is this watch has survived it all, you know, it is still going, so it is definitely waterproof. That's nice. But the thing about jacuzzis is that they are ceramic all around, and swimming pools as well, and ceramic scratches mineral crystal no problem. So that's what happened. After spa I noticed a nasty scratch on a mineral crystal, which, well, for me it's no surprise. I was actually almost waiting for that to happen. That's inevitable for me. So that's why I don't like watches with mineral crystal. But I like this one enough that I'm actually considering taking this mineral crystal out, measuring it, and ordering a sapphire crystal for replacement. And that's probably an interesting idea for the video, so why am I gonna do that? But that's a proof that I can't be trusted with a watch that has mineral crystal on top, unless it's some kind of a dress watch, you know. But a tool style watch, a diving style watch like this, no, that's a big no from me. So this one, it's a nice thing to look at, but on a wrist I feel like I have some kind of a toy. And if, you know, for me to feel that I have a proper thing on my wrist, that thing must have sapphire crystal. So let me give you some options what you could buy instead. Let's begin with Militado. For example, this is Militado ML12, and there are actually plenty of watches from Militado at this price point with similar styling and similar sizing that have sapphire crystals. This is ML12 model, and it is also available with sweeping seconds hand, so don't be scared of this sticking seconds hand. And as you see right now, the price of this watch is 54 euros before applying discount codes. You know, the one thing I should mention is that there is a compromise at this price point. At this price point, you either get a wonderful, beautiful piece of mineral crystal with very good anti-reflective properties, you know, or you can have a sapphire crystal which has basically no anti-reflectiveness whatsoever. So that's a compromise, but you know, sometimes compromises have to be made. So there are plenty of watches from Militado. So this is a first example. And the negative thing about this watch is, yeah, glossy sapphire crystal and lume on this watch is not very good. Definitely not as good as on Addiesdive watches. Now another option which I no longer have, which I recommend very, very strongly, is Militado ML05. Also has very glossy sapphire crystal. Lume performance is not good, but I see right now on AliExpress that watch costs 47 euros. Actually 46.49. Very cheap watch with sapphire crystal with sweeping seconds hand, and after applied discounts it's gonna be probably around 40 euros, which is crazy cheap for a watch with sapphire crystal that has sweeping seconds hand. Now another option which I no longer have is Cadisen, which actually has automatic NH35 movement, and the price of that watch is 56 euros right now. So after applying discount codes, it's probably gonna be around 50 euros. And it has sapphire crystal, which is, well, it's glossy, and the lume performance is not good, and the bezel action is not good. But as for around 50 euros, that's incredibly cute, lovely watch. Now Pagani design, this is probably one of the best looking Pagani design watches ever. PD1775 also has sapphire crystal, which is a little bit glossy as far as I remember, but I have to check my video to remember, seriously. don't remember. But you know what, where I'm getting to is that watch also has a solid bracelet with solid links, and which looks amazing. The whole watch looks amazing, and it has sapphire crystal, and the price is 55 euros before coupon code. So it's around 50 euro for a chronograph watch with sapphire crystal. That's just insane. And it also shows date. Very nicely integrated at 6. That's very, very beautiful watch. Another watch, also Cadisen. Well, as I see right now, it's 70 euros, but I often see that watch for quite a lot cheaper than 70 euros. Also NH35 movement, sapphire crystal. Well, bezel action on this watch was actually surprisingly decent. Lume not very good, but the price is very good, and you get sapphire crystal. And another option, well, actually plenty of options at this price point is from Tandorio, and the one I remember the best is actually the one that has red dial. That watch looks incredibly beautiful. Also small watch, a little kind of a military style as well, and the price 56 euros before discount codes right now. Incredible. Also an H35 movement sapphire crystal, which by the way has somewhat a little bit of anti-reflective coating as far as I remember. Now moving on, another watch which I still have is this Bernie. Also, hold on a second, the price of this Bernie as I see right now is 58 euros. So what you're looking at is 58 euro watch before coupon codes. It looks lovely, and sapphire crystal on this watch unusually has rather decent anti-reflective coating. You know, in front of studio lights it doesn't look that great, but in real life it's actually pretty good one. It has very good clarity, as you can see. It has very decent lume, it has day and date complications, beautiful dial, it's slim, lightweight, small watch, and it is made out of titanium. And the price, you know, after the discount codes is close to 50 euros. It's like, this is insane, you know. So those are my recommendations. But let's get back to this Addiesdive. So moving back to this Addiesdive watch, well, I think you got my point. At this price point, there are plenty of watches with sapphire crystals to choose from. The main compromise is that usually they have no anti-reflective coatings. And well, you can even find with an H35 automatic movements if that's what you like. For me personally, sweeping quartz is always better than any automatic for me personally. You know, anyway, I know that many people don't mind mineral crystals on a watch, and especially when this crystal looks this good, has this good clarity. I understand that many people gonna love this watch quite a lot, because I mean, just look at this thing. It's a very nice thing. And you know, moving back to this watch, let's do a little bit of quality control, and let's begin with the bracelet. Let me show you how it looks like. It has solid end links, solid links. Links are connected with pins. It's pretty good, you know. And it's nothing unusual. Plenty of Addiesdive watches come with this bracelet. And it tapers down to 18 millimeters. That looks nice. I think visually it fits this watch rather well, except for one thing. I kind of wish this first gap, you know, between the end link and the first link, I wish that gap was a little bit smaller. It's not terrible. When the watch is on my wrist, it's not too bad. I just kind of wish it was a little bit smaller, that gap. And about the sharpness, when I put the watch on my wrist like that, it's alright, it's actually alright, it's not terrible, surprisingly. The sharpness, I would say, is average. If I try to scrape my pen into the edge of the bracelet, it's possible at certain angle it catches, but it's not too bad, to be honest. It's not too bad. I need to try quite hard to scratch my pen into this bracelet, so that's okay. Now the clasp on this watch. The clasp, also nothing unusual. Plenty of Addiesdive watches have exactly this clasp, which looks nice. I like it. This is a good clasp. I like it. I like that it is slim. It has plenty of micro adjustments, and it feels precise. You know, you lock it in place, and there is no free play. It's a good quality thing. What's bad about this clasp is that edges are rather sharp on the inside, on the shelf itself. You know, for example, this edge is gonna touch your wrist, right? So yeah, the story is the same as with the bracelet. It's like I need to try quite hard to scratch my pen into this clasp, but yeah, I wish those edges were softer, you know. And the shelf, especially this edge, is like, yeah, this is like razor sharp. So, you know, nothing unusual, still the same. They are still sharp. Now let me show you the case on this watch. So the bezel is polished out, sides of the case polished out, and I like that top of the lugs is actually brushed, and that looks nice. That adds a little bit of complexity to the watch. Instead of full polished out, I like that there are some parts that are brushed. I think that looks nice. I love the proportions. I think this watch looks very nice. I love that I almost see no rehaut, no sidewall inside the watch. It's like the dial is alive. It is actually popping out. That I like very much. Now the crown on this watch, engraved, very nice, looking good. The case back also engraved as usual. This one is a little bit sharp, to be honest with you. Bottom edges of the case, surprisingly no sharpness at all. I don't feel any sharpness on the bottom of the case. That's nice. Luggins, they are pointy, they are very pointy, but they are not sharp. That's nice. They are not sharp. I wouldn't call them sharp. So overall, I'm actually very happy with the way this case is finished and how it looks like. Let me give you a little bit better look, you know, up close. Yeah, nothing really to complain about. Nothing really to complain about. It's a beautiful case. Now let's take a little bit better look at the dial, and let me zoom in. And there is one strange thing about this watch, is that it has this 24-hour sub-dial. And to be completely honest with you, when I bought this watch, when I was buying this watch, I didn't notice that this watch has a big seconds hand. Somehow I missed it, and I thought that this sub-dial is actually seconds hand, but it turns out that this watch has a proper big seconds hand, and this sub-dial is 24-hour sub-dial. So it's a little bit unnecessary thing on this watch without a date, but you know, it's at least some kind of a decoration. Love it or hate it, I would say it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. And overall, looking at this dial, you know, it's nice, it's simple. I like having numbers on the dial. It's, you know, a little bit easier to read the time. I like those hands. I think they're nice. I like the design of those hands. And overall, very simple, straightforward design. I love that. I really like that. And the color of the dial is desaturated blue. I think it gives off a very strong vintage vibe, which I like very much. And I especially like how this watch looks like on this suede leather strap with this moss green color. I think it matches so nicely. Yeah, so let's move on and let me show you how this watch looks like on several custom straps. So on my wrist, this watch with the strap looks like this, and I think it's beautiful. If I would decide to keep and wear this watch, that's how I would wear this watch. This saturated blue dial on this moss green suede leather strap looks just wonderful. And if you're interested in this strap, it's actually a very cheap strap. I'm gonna put link in the description and in the first comment of this video. And this is the same suede leather strap, except it is black. And what I like about this one is that it looks super black. It looks very, very black, like winter black, you know, looks like a black hole. And on certain watches it looks very nice. And on this one also, I think this blue dial pops out more into action on this black suede leather strap. I still like it better a little bit on that green moss suede leather strap, but I think this is also a very beautiful option. Let me take it off the wrist. Yeah, that looks lovely. This is very nice. And I think it looks awesome on this brown leather strap. It gives off even more vintage vibe. I would say that this watch has quite a lot of vintage vibe because of the saturated blue color and those desaturated, you know, indices on 12, 9, 3 and 6. You know, gives off a little bit of vintage vibe. Overall, I know this watch, at least to my eyes, looks a little bit vintagey, and I absolutely love that. That's probably the main reason why I bought this watch. And on a brown leather strap, that's more elevated, more noticeable, more apparent that this watch has a little bit of a vintage flavor. That's awesome. Oh yes, I like what I see. I like what I see. Man, this is a nice thing. This is a nice thing. For the ending of this video, let's put this watch back on its original bracelet, and I think it looks alright. It's simple, but it kind of fits this watch. It looks nice, but in my opinion it looks just the best on a green moss suede leather strap. Anyway, for the ending of this video, I would like to do a little comparison. This Addiesdive versus another Addiesdive, which also looks very, very lovely. Such a beautiful watch. This is Addiesdive AD2099. I will put link in the description. Also mineral crystal, also blue anti-reflective coating, also sweeping seconds hand, and also looks absolutely unbelievable. I mean, just look at this thing. It looks so nice. It is such a gorgeous looking little watch. And little, yeah, it's a little watch. I love that. It has very strong vintage flavor because of that as well, and I absolutely love that. So which one to choose? Well, it's up to you. You know, if you don't mind mineral crystals on the watch, especially at the given price point, and especially when they look this good, it's amazing. By the way, let me check the price of this Addiesdive. Let's open the first link on my website, thomaswatchuse.com. What? Seriously? €42.60. The price of this watch right now, €42.60. So after discounts, I believe it's gonna be like €40. Guys, last hours going right now. Last hours, your last opportunity to get such crazy discounts of this AliExpress summer sale. Last day, your last chance. Man, this watch for 40 euros is just unbelievable. Unbelievable, just look at this thing. And this one as well. This one also. Let me give you a little bit more look. By the way, at the very end of the video I will show you how this watch looks outside, you know, from third person view and such, in the sunlight. Very nice watch. This is a very nice watch, you know. Mineral crystal is a little bit of a bummer, but yeah, for those who don't mind mineral crystal, this is very nice watch. So thank you for watching. Hope this video wasn't too boring to watch, you know. Have a nice day. Goodbye.